Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, got my first good real walk in yesterday for the year. I've had a big, long kind of recovery season, which is the first, I think, in fucking 18 years. First time I've had any type of thing like that. Um, far from a holiday, but, resembling something that a huge majority of the fucking Western world do. And why is that? It's because I live in a gentrified or a region that's attempted to be gentrified, and the local inhabitants basically dispossess and enslaved. And I'm not talking about Aboriginal people. I'm talking about the people that built this fucking place. Not this guy.
It seems to be 5% of total stock. We're sitting about 3.7.
3.7.
Australia, we're below
Australia. I'm from Curtin University. I'm here to tell everyone how people living in a fucking bus are not Australians. This fucking ABC piece of gobbledygook here with fucking scarf fucking Vader and this cocksucker in this absolute fucking disgusting display is the end of the fucking line. It's to get the fucking ABC from Canberra, led from Canberra, the fuck out of Western Australia. Or we'll have a fucking fox hunt for every fucking journalist here. We will find out where it is. I will gather my fucking horses and my hounds, and I will fucking hunt you like the fucking introduced foxes that you are. Get the fuck out. Honestly. This is absolute filth, absolute garbage propaganda. I drove for half an hour yesterday. I've seen 1,000 million, how many fucking houses plopped up with introduced people in it. I know the full story. It's an absolute fucking invasion. These people aren't being dispossessed. There's a new standard. See, when I see these little shit boxes that you just built fucking hundreds of thousands of, they're the fucking bus in the bush. This, unfortunately, the story of this place is nowhere near as old as what you're trying to fucking say it is. My mother's family, there was 6 children, all have done very well for themselves, all have married and built houses and have families. They were raised in a tent on the Canning River that is now surrounded by these fucking houses. They would have fucking killed somebody to live in one of those fucking houses. But they didn't. It's all debt. This government has allowed the banks to build fucking encampments of subpar housing in this place. These aren't homeowners. They're fucking indentured servants. That any single one of them is not just 2 weeks away from living in a bus, because they don't have a bus. They don't know how to live in a bus, and they're not Australian, so no one's going to fucking accept them being in a bus ever. So what are they doing here? Yeah, you can drag an Aussie bloke, whatever, very typecast guy, or pull this guy out, you know what I mean? He's got a beard, he's smoking a fag in his fucking thing, he's sitting there. I wouldn't have thought it was acceptable for people to live in sheds. Go and fuck yourself. It's not acceptable to go live in a fucking big pile of debt, you maggots. I'll fucking drive around. Look at this place here. These people don't have any money. And look, they've gone and bought this fucking thing and polluted this fucking paddock with their fucking Dale Alcock fucking red ink fucking monstrosity connected to infrastructure, not even able to heat or cool itself, with 2 fucking mortgaged cars in the fucking driveway. Go and fuck yourselves. Make no mistake, if there are fucking Indians, Arabs, fucking anything, nothing wrong with them. You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with them. But as soon as you foreclose on your fucking mortgage and you go and try and sleep on the fucking camp and the thing, you're going to get fucking killed. This is an emergency situation. We're coming into it. No, sorry, I don't mean kill. It's like, that's just the reality of it. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is an ongoing war with the Aboriginal people. The Aboriginal people are not going to take dark-skinned people camping on their riverside. Who are these fucking people that have this debt? Well, who are they working for? What are they working for? It's not of this land. Yeah, and none of it is residing here. Who's owning the bank? You know, the titles. Is it of Australia? No. And what do I describe it as? Pollution and litter, not housing. We have a city that's basically empty because everyone's been fucking, speared out of fucking cities and slums from across the world and then brought here and told that they can have this little palace. And now they're the ones criticizing the bloke down at the fucking thing in his van. That is the culture of this place because it's very new. It's very new because we just had a fucking absolute war to fucking win it that you're all calling a genocide. This is a genocide. The ABC is no longer of it's the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. It's like, you are criminals. And that is how you should be treated in the fucking world. It is this racist, divisionary, like debt-fueled fucking delusion that is leading to this. In my eyes, a family that in this state has been here for 160 years. So even before that, it's like 100 and say, what was it? Would have been my mother's not 8, so 90 years. We'd been here for 90 years. And my mother's family raised their 6 children in a tent after a war. What else could you call this period except for a war? So they're not the unacceptable people camping in a thing. They're the dispossessed natives of this land. They just black. So what do we have? We have a false saving grace army of Muslims and Indians going, we're going to save the Aboriginal people by getting the naughty fucking people. Fuck off, because you're all fueled by debt and propaganda and communism. In a true correction of this market, those houses you've got with $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 mortgages, they're worth $20,000 in materials. That's it. $20,000. That's what you fucking have there. And it's a monstrosity to anyone that was here. It's no different than if I moved to India, you know what I mean, and clear a slum and build a fucking golf course. It's no different than in the Middle East, in Iraq and things like that, when you have a military base. You just don't have uniforms. This is an absolute fucking joke. Why am I going to Tasmania and claiming that it's a fucking kingdom? To fucking send this message. You want to come and try and fucking take Tasmania? It's a fucking long fucking paddle boat steamer there. You want to fucking be on the global media fucking trying to re-fucking genocide Tasmania? Good on you. You know you can get away with it in the false fucking thing of Australia. Australia is a fucking lie at the moment. The vision for Australia has been fucking raped to within an inch of fucking life by these current cohort of politicians. Flogging fucking Chinese shit and working for fucking American bank finance companies. So what are we going to do? We're actually going to reclaim actual territory for the British Empire here. Because that's the only thing you've used. Oh, they're colonisers. Well, obviously we didn't fucking colonise it enough. If we've allowed a bunch of fucking pikey fucking debt slaves to fucking encamp and then call the fucking Australians unacceptable. And I can see it every single where I go. I'll fucking take photos. I'll document the whole thing. When you get a train and there's someone with tattoos and shit like that on the train, which is an Australian manifestation. That's an Australian thing. You might see them as big and scary or whatever it is, but that's just they're Australians. That was a manifestation of post-war Australian. Because we were sent down here to do the dirty work so you can fucking stick up your little dog box. And now you're running a campaign of, oh, if you don't want to sit next to this scary looking person on the fucking train, and I'll show you the poster with the West Australian government thing next to it. But the most dangerous people are packs of introduced species or races that are fueled on debt, that are they're unable to do it. And why are they fueled on debt? Well, because that makes good employees. For who? Oh, for offshore companies that do stuff, extraction things here. Oh, so you have a standing army on Australian soil. Right, so when we connect all the dots and we figure out who's financing this standing army on Australian soil of debt slaves, whose fucking empire is on my back fucking lawn? You sure as hell better start fucking fencing them in. Putting fucking safe fucking boundaries on it. Because I can't see how we're not in a position to fucking retaliate. There was no internet. There was no telephones. There were no anything. There was international markets for commodities like wool and wheat and perhaps iron ore, perhaps gold, things like that. And then we had a place. An actual place that worked like a place does. This doesn't. We've got Anthony Albanese selling fucking vacuum cleaners and sending the ABC fucking like international breakfast club to Western Australia to try and make West Australians look like fucking homeless people. You can't be homeless in Western Australia. The Aboriginals never had permanent settlements. So what are these fucking concentration camps that I'm surrounded by? What are they? It's not a castle. There's no castle to be fucking seen. There's no fortifications. So what is it? It's an encampment of offshore-funded militia that's stolen our police force and is parading around as a fucking police force. The whole fucking thing. If you're being lured down this route by your Prime Minister, not mine, by your government, not mine. My government has the foundation stones, the flags, the directional points of everything that was put down, the history of that, the military, everything like that. If you're being led down this and you don't think that it's going to end up with you or your fucking children getting shot, well, maybe you should open a fucking history book. If I was camped out on the fucking Delhi River about to fucking paddle my fucking King's stand-up paddleboard that I got for $200 down to fucking conquer New Delhi or Bangladesh, fucking hell, I'd sure as hell know that I was doing that. If you don't own any more than 10, 20, and soon to be 5% of a place that you're expecting that's just everyone loves. More importantly, if you're an Australian and you bought one of these fucking shit boxes, then you're a fucking traitor. Go and build a house. What do they say? It's not acceptable to live in a shed. Well, I raised my children and my family for 6 years while trying to do a business and looking after my elderly father and my mentally ill mother in a shed that I converted for $3,500. Oh, I can see why there's a problem when you've got people in $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 of debt to have a fucking similar existence in the largest monolithic territory, in the Southern Hemisphere, because it's a fucking scam. I don't know what the banks are going to fucking do with this. I don't know. They've never been this fucking insane. This is like the American, but it's different because they were American banks in America. This is like Americanism sold to Australians while the Australians are still here connected to the British Empire. Because say if we go, right, war, you know what I mean? No one is under the impression that I'm going to be coming home from war and getting my fucking DeLonghi fucking coffee thing and you know what I mean? Watching fucking Netflix while I fucking whatever, mow my lawn. No, it's going to be war. Look at what war looks like. War looks like all the Australian men going to a place and getting ready to kill all the fucking debt slaves that have fucking strolled in and built shit houses in our fucking place. I don't know what you were all going to do, right? You should have built in the city. That's what a city is. This suburban urban fucking sprawl is an international incident right now. Just sitting there waiting. Yeah, because if anyone fucks around any nationality, if say you fuck around here and you're Indian, we blow up India. And we send pictures of you to India. So all the Indians in India know which Indians in Australia, which fucking illegal fucking mercenaries have caused their fucking bombings in the high density areas where the receipt to your name is going to be very high. The same applies to everywhere else. If you're from Iran or Iraq or anything like that, you get a fucking pamphlets dropped. Hey, this is Jimmy whatever fucking thing. And this is because he's bought a fucking 5x2 fucking on a 30-year mortgage in Baldivis. What did you think was going to happen? You follow this fucking git into fucking hell, and by the git I mean I'm talking about Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister, the Labor Party. Well, you'd better go and research what's fucking involved in that. What's involved in communist revolutions. And you'd fucking sure as hell better hope that there isn't a dug-in fucking guerrilla fucking army laying in wait for you to cross a fucking line. Get the fucking ABC the fuck out of this fucking state. And by this state, I mean, actually, I'm going to fucking say 3 states. If you've got a fucking little mutiny fucking retreat in South Australia, and it's Tasmania, fucking South Australia, and fucking Western Australia. Get them the fuck out. Queensland seems to be on the fence. I don't really trust that little wog as far as I could fucking throw him. But he seems to, I don't know, he's playing some type of thing. No one is going to fight and die for a fucking mortgage. No one. They will go and work some fucking IT job or some fucking administration job or whatever the fuck it is that's keeping this whole thing going. And we will meticulously find out where to hit, who to align with and who to take out so that you don't have a job and you can't pay your fucking mortgage. You've already crossed 1,000 fucking lines to be here today. And you're doing the oldest trick in the book. You've built an encampment of garbage, and then you police that encampment with normalcy bias. So if we directly retaliate to anyone, then you call us racist, despite you being the largest invasionary force, communist combined fucking debt-fueled fucking force on planet Earth. I still see a whole lot of Aboriginal people wandering around the streets. And I'll remind you all that Aboriginal people did not live in fucking houses. That you have blocked their natural flow of migration. That you have encircled their waterways. That you have supplied their children with drugs and alcohol. That you have interfered with their culture by introducing slave culture in the form of hip hop and African American culture, which is a manifestation of a slave race. That's nothing against them. It's like, all right, that manifests there. You don't send it to the black people here. It's not some big black fucking house party. That's a traditional fucking culture. A traditional animist fucking nomadic, peaceful culture. That's not what the African Americans are. The African Americans are everything shit that the Americans are, all forged through fucking utter fucking atrocious slavery. So they're doing pretty well for themselves, but that should fucking stay there. So every time that there's a fucking Aboriginal put in jail and they're wearing a Nike fucking thing, or they've fucking got Snoop Dogg playing in their fucking eardrums, we're sending the bill to the United States. You're not all fucking friends. Africans are not friends with Indians. Indians are not friends with Aboriginals. If you want to make it that, you want to try and fucking start a race war in this fucking place, then give it a fucking go. I fucking dare you to. We seem to be not too far away from that movie with with Justin Timberlake and Madonna, I think, does the soundtrack where they've got the number on their fucking arm that says how much number they've got, how many fucking days credit, which is absolutely insane. But that's what you all have.